What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Poly B TV. Got another story for you today. So this was in 2014. I was 18. This was in Sparta, Illinois, at the International Shooting Complex. So this was for the high school nationals for the clay target shooting program because I was shooting trap, skeet, and sporting clays back then competitively. So a bunch of stuff happened to this. I'm going to make a separate video about that. But I wanted to make a video about one specific story that happened the last night. So this was the last night of the event. Everybody was done shooting. It was like a week long. Tennessee won the championship, of course. So we're all just chilling. Everybody's getting ready to go to bed. Now, I didn't have my driver's license yet. I got my driver's license late. But my dad was letting me drive his truck when we were down here because it wasn't really on the road, so it was good practice for me. So it was probably about like 11:30 at night, midnight. Everybody's going to bed. I'm getting ready to go to sleep. And then my buddy Ryan comes up to me. And he's like, dude, what are you doing right now? I was like, nothing, bro. I'm probably just about to go to bed, you know? He's like, bro, somebody from the next camp over just told me there's a massive party like 2 miles away or something. It was a huge, huge campground. Or it was probably like a mile away or something. He's like, there is a massive party, and there's going to be a ton of girls. And they're probably like drinking and stuff. So it's like a big boy party. Like I was 18 at the time. I've never been to any sort of party ever, you know. So I was like, bro, we got to go to this thing. He's like, I know, dude, I know. So this is when everybody was turning 18. So we were trying like chewing tobacco and like cigars out, stuff like that. So I was like, oh, I got some cigars I can bring. And then he's like, yeah, I think I got some cigars too. You know, I can bring that. So let's go to this party. I'm like, all right, bro, I'll drive us. We'll take my dad's truck. But then I'm like, I got to check with my dad first. Because if he wakes up and he sees his truck's gone, you know, I'm going to get it in the morning. So I was like, I got to ask my dad, bro. And he's like, come on, dude, no. He's like, he's going to say no. Let's just take it. He won't find out. Let's just go to the party. You know, I was like, bro, I have to ask my dad. I respect him like that. You know, I can't just be taking his stuff. So I walk into the trailer. We had like a camper, and my dad's asleep. So I wake him up, and I'm like, Dad, Ryan and I are trying to go to this party. There's like some party, a bunch of people hanging out, having a bonfire. You know, can we go? And he's like, I mean, yeah, you can go. I was like, sick. So I start walking out of the camper, and he goes, wait 1 sec, Paul. I go, what's up, Dad? He goes, don't drive the truck. I don't want you guys getting pulled over or anything if it's past driving hours. So I was like, bro, we don't have the truck. So I walk over to Ryan, and I'm like, all right, dude, we can go to the party, but we got to walk. He's like, we got to walk? I'm like, yeah, man, we got to walk. We got to hike it. And I'm like, I'm not going to steal my dad's truck. And he's like, all right. So we start walking, and and that was 12:30 something at night. We're walking. We probably walked for like 30 minutes. And we're like, bro, I can't find this party. We can't find it. Should we go back home? Should we go back? Like, do we even know our way back? And then Ryan's like, I know the way back. And he's like, well, if we don't find it, you know, we might be giving up here. So I was like, all right, let's just look for a couple more minutes. So then we stumble across this huge gathering. There's a bunch of people in a tent. Like an enormous amount of people. So then, I don't remember how it worked, but Ryan was like, he was basically like, hey, we should get these people like to try partying it up or something. And I was like, or we should get them to go to Tennessee. Like, we should get all these people to go by the Tennessee team because I bet the Tennessee team's having the party because they won. And these guys are going to know where Tennessee's at. Oh, matter of fact, they were a part of the Tennessee team. So I'm like, all right, cool. I know that was really complicated, but it's a weird story. So I walk over to this tent, and I'm like, well, I'm going to try to hype these people up to try to party. We're trying to party tonight. So I walk into this tent, and there's probably like, I'm not even exaggerating, probably like 70 people sitting there. And they're all sitting there, like eating and like laughing and having a good time, and it looks like they're having a party. So I literally go, "Excuse me, excuse me, oh, I gotta say something," and the whole tent goes quiet and stares at me. And I just give them this hype speech. I'm saying, "Yeah, what's up? We finished nationals. Tennessee won." They're like, "Yeah." Everybody's freaking out. I'm like, "Yeah, Tennessee, let's go. Party time, let's run it." And everybody's like, "Whoa, let's go." So I'm like, "All right." Like, these guys are hyped up. And I turn to my buddy Ryan, and Ryan's got a big smile on his face. And he's like, "Dude, I think we're in it now. I think we're going to join them. We're going to start kicking it off." So I'm like, "Awesome." So then I walk outside of the tent because like everybody's all hyped up, and I'm thinking they're going to come out. And then this army of children comes walking out. And I'm like, "What's going on?" And then Ryan looks at me and he's like, "Bro, I think we're in like the children's camp of Tennessee." Like, I think he's like whispering to me kind of because all these kids are like right there. And he's like, "Bro, we're obviously at the kids area. Like, now we got all these kids excited. You just finished giving this hype speech, and all these kids are looking to party with you." These kids are like between the ages of like 5 and 9. And I'm 18 and Ryan's 18. So they're obviously super excited to hang out with us after I just jacked them up to party. So they're like, "All right, let's go, let's get it." And they were like, "We can go." The kids were talking. They were like, "We can go looking for the other Tennessee kids. We can find out who's hanging out. We can figure this out." I'm like, all right. So I start giving these kids like military ranks. I was like, "All right, Ryan and I are the general, and you're a lieutenant, and you're a sergeant," because like they're kids, and I'm trying to get them to be happy so they can run away on a mission. So I give them all these ranks, and I'm like, "Yeah, you guys go over here, and you kids go over there, and you 3 guys, you go look over in that area." I'm just getting them all out of them. I'm just sending them out of there, just it's like cattle. I'm rustling them out of there like cattle, just getting them away from us, sending them out to find stuff. And then it's just me and Ryan. And then Ryan looks at me, he's like, "Bro, we gotta bail." I was like, "Yes, let's leave." So him and I, like, we start running away. Like, we're hiking it out of there. We run as far as we can, and I start running out of breath and everything. So then we're walking, and then Ryan's like, "Dude, that was a disaster. We can never tell anyone about this ever." We literally hyped up an army of children thinking we were going to go hang out with a bunch of chicks and, like, hang out with actual, like, high school and college girls. Not a group of rugrats looking to play military scavenger hunt. And he's like, "Bro, we can never tell anybody about this." And I was like, "I agree." And this is the first time I'm telling this story publicly. I think I told Griff this story like once. But I'm breaking the silence after 10 years. This happened. So Ryan, if you're listening, I'm sorry, buddy, but whatever, So then Ryan and I are like, "Man, how are we going to get back home? We're so far away now. We don't know where we're at." And then Ryan's like, "Maybe we can like steal somebody's bikes." I'm like, "Bro, we're not stealing someone's bikes." I'm like, "We're not going to do that, dude." He's like, "All right, whatever." So we finally moseyed it took us like probably 40 minutes to get back to camp. And one of the groups of kids actually ran into us. And they were like, "Paul, Ryan, what's up, man?" And we were like, "You know what, dude? We got called back to camp. We got to go." And they were like, "Oh." And I felt terrible, man. I really did feel horrible. But you know what? What were we supposed to do? I mean, come on. They're not my kids. I'm not taking care of them. I'm not their babysitter. It was a mistake. I don't know why the parents let him charge this random guy hyping him up. But, whatever. So we walked back and we didn't tell anybody. Kind of a shorter one today. Just wanted to get this one out there. Hope y'all are having a good day. Talk with you soon. Peace.